I'm allowed to defend myself, and I'm allowed to defend myself with people who talk about me every day. Talk about people and defend yourself in an equal way if you're capable of it. Talk about things. Talk about people. I talk about you. You can talk about me.
Exactly. So what's the issue?
Pick me apart, everything you know about me. Go blow for blow on the same level. But you can't do that.
My lack of self-awareness.
You've never been able to do that. It's like I said, the one night that she tried to react to me, within the first 22 seconds, she accused me of murdering a man and murdering 2 dogs and being a child groomer. She doesn't know how to stay on someone's level and go blow for blow. She only knows low blows because she's disgusting. And she doesn't have the intelligence to form an argument.
It's no wonder Chuckle's mother used to beat the piss out of her on the regular. Too bad nobody does anymore.
She doesn't know how to stay on someone's level and go blow for blow. She only knows low blows because she's disgusting. And she doesn't have the intelligence to form an argument.
Nah, your stream while I was gone talking about when my mom was dying means you don't get to play victim when I come for yours. You, your mother, your clown makeup, and your shoulder shimmy. I'd curb stomp your fat mouth.
Girl, please, hoe.
You can't be in girl world and also be actively working on your mental health.
False. That's a weird and reckless message to send on her platform.
Those two things do not go together. I'm literally not kidding. I am putting off therapy, and I literally say, oh yeah, I'm just putting it off because, when I'm done with the channel, then I'll go and work on my head. You can't do those two things together.
I'm not somebody you want to have beef with. It's bad optics. This is part of keeping that energy. And so you got to respect it.
2025. The year we get to watch a 400-pound woman manage to gain weight in a war-torn country. The year we get to watch a 600-pound abusive woman live stream her way into a potential legal battle. And the year we get to watch a rapidly aging, angry YouTube creator struggle with losing the control she manipulated, blackmailed, and threatened her way into. For a creator like French Fry Girl, who has spent so many years scheming and plotting behind the scenes, instead of seeking the professional help she desperately needs, this was bound to happen. I want to make something very clear at the top of this video. FFG's most recent tweets about my childhood trauma didn't really faze me. I actually laughed when I first saw the deleted screenshot. It's FFG. At this point, I'd be an idiot to expect something different. It was only a matter of time, honestly. I started shining a light on her behavior about 2 years ago, and most of those words have only become more valid the more she speaks and tweets. I've also been in this corner of YouTube for years. I've had my sexual assault and abuse as a child used in disgusting ways long before FFG was even a creator in this space. The truth is, I got used to it, I've become numb to it. FFG is the same creator who thought using a child's essay was some sort of gotcha towards her online enemies. She's also the same creator who had her private Discord leak consist of speculation that Chantal's grandfather was sexually assaulting her as a child. I always had a theory that grandma was depressed because she found out her husband was touching their granddaughter inappropriately. Or pedo in general, who moved to the 5th highest city count for pedos in the state. Yep, because Chantal has never spoken much about her grandfather, and a few times she was like, glossing over him. It would explain a lot about her. She talked about going to see him in the live and going to Disney World. Through all the years of watching Chantal, there's nothing she's ever said to even start to speculate such a disgusting thing. Discord exchanges like that are a prime example of why disconnecting and logging off from time to time needs to be normalized. Recently, FFG attempted just that. She took a vacation and traveled to Greece. Throughout her time there, she posted beautiful pictures of what could only be described as a dream, truly. Unfortunately for her, FFG still found time to tap into YouTube drama. I'm assuming it was important for her to keep track of what continues to be discussed in this corner of the internet, seeing that her brother's presence has become a bit more consistent. August 24th, 2025. FFG made a post on her Twitter account that shocked many viewers, myself included. She posted a recent selfie. After about 2 years of chain smoking, heavy breathing, and raging behind an avatar, she posted a visual to the miserable human that was making up different excuses as to why she stopped showing herself on camera. Surprisingly, she looked better. She looked human again. FFG seemed to have a bit more color in her face, seeing that her skin once resembled the residue in her ashtray. FFG clearly lost weight because majority of her chins are gone. FFG genuinely looks better, even though some do speculate that that post was created with the help of some technology. She also looks like she aged about 15 years since the start of her YouTube channel, but it's still a step up from the last social media sighting of her. The one where she hid behind a tablet in an effort to distract from the massive weight gain that was leaving her unrecognizable. I can dislike someone and also be grown enough to say when they look better. Let's be clear, FFG is a very unfortunate looking human, but a smaller unfortunate looking human. With the recent selfie post, there was also a small hint of self-awareness. No fatty angle and dark basement lighting, and no huge turd on your head to distract people to look up. You look marvelous and happy. Meh, I'm old, fat, and happy as a clam. I got nothing to hide. LOL. Happy as a clam? Well, it's hard to tell. I couldn't imagine being in a beautiful place like Greece and still making time to tweet at other reactors and her own brother. But then I have to remember this is the same creator that said she had been choosing making content on Chantal over seeking professional help for her mental health.
I have to sidebar for a second. You want to hear the sickest thing about girl world, if you will? Okay. This is psycho, but it's true.
Her truth. FFG really needs to learn to stop projecting.
In my opinion, having now been in it for 4.5 years, you can't be in girl world and also be actively working on your mental health.
False. You can be in this corner of the internet and working on your mental health. If you're a creator in this space, it's needed. Some of the most mentally unstable creators to enter this space have actually struggled with the inability to log off and prioritize their personal lives and mental health. With an algorithm that punishes creators for stepping away for some time, it sometimes leads to creators choosing content over their health, money over their health. Just like the train wrecks we criticize regularly, FFG is no exception.
Those two things do not go together. It takes a severely damaged person to succeed in this community.
False. FFG is simply describing herself and how she used her unchecked mental illness to threaten, blackmail, manipulate, and silence other creators and viewers.
And I know that sounds fucking psycho, and it is fucking psycho, but it's also true.
Yes, it's true. It's true for that weird ass freak, FFG.
If you would go and get help for your mentals, you would leave the community.
Or another option is for a creator to take a step back and take a break. Maybe even several breaks. Breaks that may last for several months. Being inconsistently present can cost a creator viewership and monetary support, but what is gained from that is priceless. For a creator like FFG who has made this her full-time job, while pretending for years to be working outside of this, it set her up for this exact reality.
I'm literally not kidding. I am putting off therapy, and I literally say, oh, yeah, I'm just putting it off because, when I'm done with the channel, then I'll go and work on my head.
When would FFG be done with her channel? Maybe after trying to destroy other creators she sees as a threat? Or maybe after enough viewers catch on to the fact that she's been reacting straight into a mirror for all these years. When it comes to this corner of the internet specifically, one of the loudest criticisms is about how the main train wrecks choose destroying their health in exchange for online attention and money, instead of logging off and seeking help that they desperately need. That is what FFG has done and continues to do. Whether she seeks help or not is a personal problem. She makes it a problem for others when her unchecked mental illness starts to have an impact on others while expecting no criticism or consequences for that behavior. Sound familiar?
You can't do those two things together because you know damn right to work on your head, you got to get the fuck out of this cesspit. It is what it is.
So, log off. I want to add some context as to what prompted this deleted tweet from FFG. It's no wonder Chucklefuck's mother used to beat the piss out of her on the regular. Too bad nobody does anymore. It was a live stream of mine from 3 weeks ago, titled French Fry Girl, The Hypocrisy of Choosing Chantal Over Her Own Family. Within that stream, I go over tweets and messages posted online by Chris, FFG's brother. Tweets and messages that point out FFG's brother struggling and needing help with the care of their dying mother. The hypocrisy of that is due to the length of time FFG criticized Chantal for prioritizing a piece of shit like Natter over her own dying grandmother, only to find out FFG was doing the same thing with her dying mother, prioritizing the piece of shit that is Chantal over her mother that was dying of cancer. The reason I believe that live stream is the cause of her disgusting tweet? She said so herself, and a few other things as well. Nah, your stream while I was gone talking about when my mom was dying means you don't get to play victim when I come for yours. Fuck you, fuck your mother, fuck your clown makeup, and fuck your shoulder shimmy. I'd curb stomp your fat fucking mouth. I chose to livestream about her brother's words that he posted to social media. It would be a good day to help your mom out with her cancer treatment, you sociopath. Stop stalking people online and go help your mother who is very ill. You should know better than me. You are beyond fucked and you did it all to your damn self. I think it's also sick that you're trying to convey ass-backward messages to me through my own mother. I don't even really think you care about her deep down. That's why I asked you in the car. And since you are genuinely very close to sociopathy, if not a fully blown one, your ability to empathize is so low you don't even feel the room well, or feel people's feelings. You're not even able to really feel how mom feels. I don't think you really understand how she feels inside. As you sit there laughing with your sick little messages about seeing blank, I'm not doing well, while you're almost fully blown, borderline psychopathy. You're a stalker, you sociopath, you lie and manipulate in every single situation, from family to your closest friends. You are evil. If this were Natalie, Chantel's sister, would this be an issue? No. Chris sought out to speak up in this space after FFG inserted him as a topic, and he later was doxxed. FFG's issue is with Chris. Before I go into some of the most recent social media posts from FFG's brother, this is the childhood abuse of mine that FFG was referring to. The abuse I apparently deserved as a child. So when she came and picked me up from the neighbor's house and got me home, she was so upset. She beat me so bad. So bad. She used like a household broom. Now the inside of the brooms, I don't know if a lot of people know, and I think they're still made that way. They're made out of like some type of like metal. It's a thin metal, and then the thin plastic sheet of like green or yellow or whatever goes over it. And she beat me over my back with that broom so hard that it snapped and I fell to the ground. Now, because it snapped and this is like a metal, so the edge of it is sharp. So she's still holding the other end and the other snapped part is on the floor. When I started to get up, she swung the broken broom at me and the sharp tip cut my face. And I actually still, I don't know if it still shows, but I still have a scar from it. This is from, if it shows on camera, I don't know, but this is from when I was 9 because I lost my key. And what broke my heart about that is I actually lost my key because someone beat my ass for no reason. And you're now beating, I'm 9. You're breaking a broom over my back. And you just sliced my face open for a house key. Maybe $2 to replace a house key. No wonder my mom beat the piss out of me when I was a child, right? Listen, that's FFG's opinion. If she wants to believe I deserved that abuse as a child, she has the right to have that opinion. She doesn't owe me any sympathy or empathy. We're strangers on the internet. It does make her a hypocrite, however.
I totally agree. Lucy, we used to say this in the moment that she had first said that. A real DV victim would never wish that on someone else. If you had actually gone through DV, you would never be wishing that kind of violence on another woman. No fucking way. No. It's just so ridiculous.
To be clear, the full clip was FFG criticizing Chantal for wishing abuse onto Dee Dee. FFG believes a real DV victim wouldn't wish abuse on another woman. Can't that be said for an alleged DV victim believing a child deserved abuse? Whether it be FFG bringing up my childhood abuse or threatening me behind a keyboard, it's fine. I've said it for years. Consider the source. FFG is a pathetic, pussy-ass clown. The same FFG throwing out threats is the same FFG who watched Chantal throw her alleged abuse in her face, mock her alleged abuse, accuse her of harming her pets that passed, and still ended up posing for a picture like a fan. Please be for real. FFG has also caught pleas to the likes of Natter, Negs, and Gaining Ground. Years ago, when I told viewers she was one of the biggest pussies in the space, I knew what I was talking about. She just managed to convince a lot of viewers and creators she should be feared. That didn't work with me, and ever since, she's been struggling with an angle to come at me publicly. Seeing that she's been doing it for years, privately, like the pussy-ass clown that she is. And Charlie plays a huge role in all of this. Be careful of everyone. Get to. I'm telling you this because I love you. Stay away from everyone, either involved or staying silent right now. Lauren, this shit is crazy. Just stay away and talk to nobody. Another thing I'm sorry about, going so hard at you while defending actual flaming sacks of hot garbage. You definitely weren't wrong about some people, but it takes seeing them from this side of YouTube to understand who they truly are. Charlie is pure evil. I'll leave it at that. Before I touch on her most recent repeated rant about me, FFG's brother was recently active again on Twitter. So you know I was screenshot ready. It started with this tweet from FFG in response to Samantha Jean's comment in a live chat. She didn't throw me away at 4 years old like yours did. She didn't drag me to bars like your disgusting wives did. FFG prioritizing Chantal over her dying mother is one hell of a way to show appreciation for that, huh? Not all her kids have criminal records like yours did. Eat my ass, greasy grandma. FFG's brother Chris thought it was aimed at him due to a different tweet from an avid FFG supporter. At first glance, it was a bit confusing, but he cleared it up through his replies. I do not have a criminal record. Stop lying on my name, or I'll start telling the truth about you. This is the last fucking time I'm going to say it. These are the tweets that prompted that response. Why are people taking the word of someone who doesn't work, has a criminal record, is in active addiction, and is known to have unmedicated mental illness? That's what we call an unreliable witness, folks. I don't understand why. I have no addiction problems aside from nicotine/vaping. I don't have unmedicated mental illness, and I don't have a criminal record. It feels like rage bait. It makes no sense. I turned 18 20 years ago. I've worked hard for 17/20 years. This is the only time I've been unemployed, and I was struggling with depression before losing my mom. I've had major depressive disorder diagnosed since then and couldn't function for a while. I don't know why that's being weaponized as some kind of insult or fact that makes me less credible in any shape or form. Definitely not when the source of this information comes from someone who lies chronically and has worked less than I have. Seeing that unknown FFG supporter tweeted out Chris had a criminal record, and then FFG framed her tweet by saying not all her mother's children had criminal records, I think Chris interpreted that as confirmation that FFG was in fact going around making those claims about him. I can't state for a fact that FFG said those things to that gossip account. However, more than one former friend of hers has come forward to confirm FFG did in fact drag her brother's reputation through the mud behind the scenes. Chris also recently mentioned how upsetting it was to watch his sister be friendly with some of the people who played a part in his doxing and possibly reaching out to people in his personal life. FFG responded to her brother in a simple and short tweet. All of her kids have records, you stupid fuck. That was probably wise on her part, seeing that saying too much directed at him could possibly activate the fuck out of Chris and have him releasing some of the info he's been holding back. According to FFG, her brother is a stupid fuck. Well, so are the same people questioning if that's her real brother. FFG's loudmouth has not come out once to say it's not, and has gone on to block the word brother on her channel.
It's not clicking. What's not clicking?
But yes, it's a troll posting personal text messages and asking for help with their mother long before the average viewer even know FFG's mother was sick. In one of FFG's most recent streams, she attempted to compare Chantal to me. The irony, the lies, the desperation, and projection continues.
And I saw prices in the gift shops at Disney World. Like a hoodie is like $70 US. Are they crazy or what? Pick you up an hour and a half away. Really, Reese's? You can afford it. No, I can't right now. Sorry. That would be an expensive trip for sure. Maybe if I do a fundraiser. I don't know if I want to go alone. I'm trying to think, like, picture myself walking around.
Oh, another fundraiser. E-begging for a trip to Disney now. Man, nobody gives a shit if you go to Disney or not. You're the one who wants to go and eat at Disney. So you dip your fat trotter into your meager empty pocket and come up with the money to go to Disney. A fundraiser. It's fundraiser now. We've put a name like fundraiser on it. We're in Syria. Have we done any fundraising, let's say, for the people of Syria? No. We're going to fundraise from Syria to get our fat ass to Disney in Florida.
There was a slight pause there because FFG said Florida, immediately thought of me, and had to figure out a way to tie me into the valid criticism she was aiming at Chantal.
My God, man. My God. Here's a crazy thought to Chantal, to the other big mouth, big forehead having chuckle fucking motherfuckers in this piece of shit community. If you want to go on a vacation, Florida, Hawaii, wherever your fat ass wants to go, don't do GoFundMes, don't e-beg, don't fundraise for it.
I agree.
Put your fat fucking hand into your pocket and pay for your own fucking vacation.
I agree with that as well.
And if you're going to try to grift a GoFundMe to go to Hawaii, you better not be talking shit about my fucking self-funded, paid for on my own summer in Greece, you jealous big forehead having has-been bitch.
FFG's trip to Greece was funded by a cat that is now dead. A cat that she rescued for online attention. Attention she doesn't get in her personal life because she's an angry, miserable, and mentally unstable freak. One of my favorite things about FFG is the scenarios she makes up in her own head in an effort to cope. What about her trip should I or anyone be jealous of exactly? Not only do I travel, that's never been a secret on my platform, I make sure to not argue with people I can easily dog walk when I'm back home. I'm damn sure not responding to any of my siblings who have been actively exposing dumb lies that I chose to tell over the years. My vacations are funded by me or the person I'm dating at the time. It's pretty simple. It pleases me to hear FFG continue to bring up a failed GoFundMe that was started for me in 2016, back when I was suicidal and housebound. I wasn't attempting to go on a vacation. The only quote-unquote vacation I wanted at the time was off Earth. I was attempting to accept help from an incredible man, his wife, and his team. They took a chance on me, the GoFundMe failed, but I will always be grateful they believed I was worth fighting for. It actually bought enough time for someone local to step in. I don't expect FFG or anyone to care about any of that. Those were my mental health issues that I needed to work through. Seeing that we're on the topic of mental health, and FFG has a pattern of going as low as possible, I would like to revisit a time that FFG thought it was appropriate to remind a viewer that they were recently suicidal. Why would FFG do such a thing? The viewer responded to a tweet about FFG possibly faking a whole ass boyfriend to get one over on Chantal. There's absolutely no Mr. FFG. While you don't need a man to validate you, why fabricate one? We lesbians don't want her either. Weren't you the one suicide baiting on here a few days ago? LOL. Yeah, don't worry, honey. Nobody wants any part of that either. This was the viewer's tweet 6 days prior. I can't deal with anything anymore. It's all too difficult. Back to the Twitter exchange. Look, Tasha, someone has their knickers in a twist again. Ah ha ha. She calls Tasha for backup. Ah ha ha. Next time, just don't let your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash, pussy. Wrong again. That's one of your tactics. I'm merely pointing out to Tasha your absurd anger. You should go to counseling, girl. You might start enjoying life instead of playing badass FFG online. It's hilarious, by the way, that the person who was suicide baiting on here days ago is telling me to get counseling. Fucking delusional. Log the fuck off. No matter the mental health struggles that viewer had of their own, they weren't wrong. FFG needed professional help. 2 years later, she's on YouTube saying she's avoiding getting professional help so she can continue reacting to a mirror image of herself. Foodie beauty.
I am putting off therapy. And I literally say, oh, yeah, I'm just putting it off because, when I'm done with the channel, then I'll go and work on my head.
The viewer went on to apologize to their following for any concern brought on by their previous tweet. Thankfully, they received support. I apologize for worrying anyone. Something awful happened, and I shouldn't have trauma dumped here. I hope you'll all forgive me. I appreciate those of you who reached out to me. Thank you so very much. Sometimes you just gotta vent into the void. That's it, darls. Thanks for understanding. FFG is calling me a suicide baited and trying to start shit. That manipulative cow can get bent. She likes to attack people at their lowest. It gives her some weird satisfaction. Viewers had been clocking FFG's pussy ass for years, huh? Good thing I've been archiving her behavior online for so long. It gives me the ability to put together a quick, monetized video that can't be argued.
Don't fucking try to start shit. And then when you start shit, you act like the victim. If you don't want the fucking smoke, don't fucking poke. You show me your ass and you show me who you are, I don't forget that. It is what it is.
FFG will go on to be the angry, miserable, hideous human being that she is. She followed up with a tweet claiming she is touching grass after showing her ass on Twitter. Circling back to Yaba and Sam is her go-to when I have to remind her that dog walking her ugly ass is a passion and hobby for me. I may have failed at raising money for that GoFundMe. I may have failed at losing weight within the certain time frame my dumb ass set out to. I thankfully haven't failed at reminding her and many viewers I've always been the wrong one. That ugly bitch should have been a lot more grateful for the grace I was showing her. Now we're locked in, and there's nothing she could do about it. My mama beat me. You can't, FFG.
Lying and trying to use that as an excuse for all of this is a joke.
Because I don't trust that bitch. I hate that bitch. Like, I've always made that clear.
What the fuck are you even talking? Do you know what you're talking about at this point?
I'm not sure. Because I can't trust nobody.
Have you seen them? FFG has no neck. None. No neck.
When I tell you my jaw is on the floor, can someone pick it up for me? Because I'm too fucking fat.
Make it make sense.
Let's pause real quick and tap in.
I'm working on some cameos, and I just want to let you guys know I have had that open again. So the link is down below.
What the hell does she have merch for anyway? What the f do these friggin' reaction channels have merch for, some of them?
Calculated promises all in your conversation. I hate people that feel entitled. Look at me crazy cause I ain't invite you. Oh, you important, you the moral to the story. You endorsing what the fuck I don't small percentage you I'm building with. I want the credit if I'm losing or I'm winning. On my mama, that's the realest shit.
Things might let me know. All the stars are close, all the stars are close, all the stars.